All right, everybody, I'm going to do another one of these. This is a normal one that we do out here every so often, just because Wrightsville Beach is so close to us. We like to go out here and do kayaking around the main island. If you saw one of the earlier videos, you saw where we did a quick 5 minute kayak ride to Palm Tree Island. And Palm Tree Island, for those of you that know or don't know, is this little sandbar right here. And so typically what we do is we go right out here by the boat dock, make a quick straight trip there, and then come back. I mean, it's almost, it's really easy if you want to do that and, just kind of go straight there. But this time we're going to kind of follow the currents and we're going to go counterclockwise this way around the main island, up here, and then all the way around Harbour Island, underneath the two bridges, back by Lee's Cut, and then back down south, or back inlands, I should say, back to Palm Tree Island and back around. Should take us probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on how the boat traffic is and everything. But it's always a good little ride. So a lot of sights, a lot of different things to see. So we'll try that out today and hope you enjoy. Off. First little trick I do, like I said, I go counterclockwise around the island, and if you have a smaller kayak like this, take a little shortcut. Otherwise you got to go underneath where the rest of the boats are. But yeah, I take a little narrow shortcut here, and I should be able to just squeeze through. You have a narrow kayak like mine, you can kind of squeeze your way through. You have the blue water over here on the left hand side. Blue water grill's pretty good. Pretty good little place.
restaurants and things like that over here. Maybe one day when I hit the lottery. That's really the only really hectic part on this area. Maybe it gets a little hectic over on the other corner whenever I make this next, not this turn, but the next turn towards the main Wrightsville Beach Island. But it's not that bad. This is all considered a no-wake zone too, so it's great for kayaking because people are pretty respectful over here. Every once in a while you see an idiot that does something dumb, but for the most part, it's people over here are pretty cordial and pretty nice folks. Great place to kayak and stand-up paddleboard. And you'll kind of see New Hanover County Sheriff's Office out here every once in a while too, making sure people do stay cordial, in their little law enforcement craft. I'm gonna go take the water's kind of low. Sometimes I take a little shortcut through the marsh, but I don't know, it's kind of low tide. It's great because you need to go underneath the bridge, and it gets a little hairy at high tide trying to make it underneath. But during low tide, if you want to try to cut through any of the marsh areas, it's not quite as cut and dry. So real quick, I'm going to make that turn, and I'm not going to keep this on much longer for this little stretch. But if you see where the flag is over there, it's a really cool little little beach area, a little island, kind of like Palm Tree Island, just a neat little place to kind of pull up, get shells, and hang out and that sort of thing like that. I think they've had a couple of hurricanes that come through and knock down some of the structures, but flag's still there, and still a nice area to go to. We've been very fortunate this year. It's been an active hurricane season, but for us here in eastern North Carolina, it hasn't really affected us as much as it did for everybody in western North Carolina. If you can help out, I encourage you to go to SamaritansPurse.org and see if you can help out some of those folks in western North Carolina. They're still recovering from the hurricane over there. Just kind of keep that in mind. It's going to take a lot of time for those folks to rebuild out there. Good people. We spend a lot of time in Western NC every year, and it's really bad for them. So we're going to go right past that island over here, and we are going to make a left and then make another left, and I'll probably turn it back on at that point unless I see something else that's pretty cool along the way. So here's the island. Nice little island spot. Neat area to kind of hang out. We're gonna go around this corner and hang a left. I don't know if you can see it. The water tower, we're gonna head towards that water tower. And then when we get close to the main island, hang another left. So this is that left of the island I was talking about. If you see farther down there, you'll see the first bridge that we're gonna go underneath. First bridge, no big deal. Second bridge, like I said, I got there kind of close to high tide last time, and I had to duck down whenever I went underneath it. So we'll see how it is whenever we get there. I'm gonna turn this off again, conserve a little bit of memory, unless I see something cool. I mean, this is the area the last time we were here. We had sea turtles, and then we had dolphins come alongside of us. It was really cool. Okay, that's the blockade runner right ahead. Water tower. We're gonna make that left, going down towards the two bridges that we're gonna go underneath. Oh, Carolina football. Maybe they lost again. We're making that left that I was telling you about, heading towards the bridge. And this spot is like really cool. This is one of my favorite photogenic areas for Wrightsville Beach. A lot of the big sailboats will come out and they'll anchor out in the harbor right here. And it's just really cool, especially during the, see there, sunrise and sometimes sunset catches it just right. Great place. Really cool spot to check out. Feels good. Okay, this is the first bridge that we were talking about. We're gonna just fine going through. I actually saw boats go underneath it just a second ago. Maybe it's the second one that's a little bit lower. It's so weird how everything looks different when you're out on the water. I can't tell you how many times I've actually gone running and things like that across the on the Wrightsville Beach Loop, across the bridge, and the whole feel, the whole vibe of this whole area just is, it's not the same when you're on the water. I mean, I'm on a kayak, and I can only imagine what it's like on some of these boats. You know, I've lived here for off and on since 2011, I think, I really still haven't got to experience all the water parts of this area, like, you know, going out to do some deep sea fishing and things like that, all that kind of cool stuff that I'd like to eventually get into. But my mommy and daddy weren't rich and don't give me boats to take out around here, so I have to earn that myself. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe one day I'd like to get a boat. We'll see. It's a straight shot from here to the second bridge. Board things. Yeah. How are you? Wow, that's pretty cool. I don't know what those things are. I think they're like hydro boards or something like that. It's kind of cool. Is the second bridge. I don't know if you can tell, but we're more or less just going with the current. A lot of people, they get out from around the boat dock and they see Palm Tree Island and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go up that way, and then they go that way, and then they try to go the opposite way around the main island, and you're fighting the current the whole way, and it's just, I see them struggling. I'm like, you know, maybe that's not such a good idea. So like I said, if I've got time, I try to do this long way around. I'm not fighting against the current, I'm just going right with it. And it just carries me right all the way back to where I started, into Palm Tree Island. So, if you look straight ahead, you'll see another little sandy little beach area. We go there a lot every once in a while. It's a neat little spot to pull up the boats and swim around there and everything else. It's a neat area. I don't think we're going to do that this time. Maybe another time whenever I've got a little bit more memory on hand. I've got about 22 minutes left. So, and 37% battery life. Good grief, man. You know, GoPro's got to make better batteries, man. Maybe they do, I'm just not aware of it. This battery it came with, I mean, it's okay, but geez, man, I feel like it goes out fast. I've been out here an hour, you know, and I don't know. I I wish we could get some that last a little bit longer. I don't like carrying around multiple batteries and things like that, so I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, as you can see, this little area is going to hang a left. If you don't have a kayak and you want to do this over here at Wrightsville Beach, stand-up paddleboard and kayak is right here to my left. It's a neat little spot. You can kind of rent kayaks. I think you can rent boats there too. It's kind of a neat little place. Made our next left. If you see that little bridge right there, you can kind of go underneath that, and there's a neat little maze of marshes that go over behind the back end of Wrightsville Beach Park. It's kind of neat. Not going to do that this trip though. These houses, man. Oh, there we go. Some really cool houses. If you want to subscribe to the channel, that'd be pretty cool. I need a lot of subscribers. I need enough subscribers to where you get monetized, and I can buy like that house. Yeah, I'd be all right with that. Later. Making our last turn. Straight ahead is Palm Tree Island. From there it's a straight left to the boat ramps where we started off by the bridge. if I would have, like I said earlier, if I would have gone the opposite way and I would have made a right from that boat ramp, it would have probably added another 20 minutes or so to my trip. It would have just been a little bit harder going against the current. Maybe 20-30 minutes, something like that. I'm wondering if the tide's still low enough for Palm Tree Island. If it is, I'll probably know because there'll be like a billion boats outside of it. If not, then I don't know where. Well, I don't know if we'll stop there or not if it's not low. Yeah, it's not that low right now. Tide rose up a little bit, so it's a lot higher. So there's not as many people over here, which, you know, that's kind of a good thing. We'll still stop. The next one of these videos I'll probably do, I'm going to go straight past Palm Tree Island and go down the ICW, not take this turn off that I'm currently on, but the next right. And there's a really cool salt marsh trail in that direction that goes to the north end of Wrightsville Beach. It goes down a little maze. You need to do a little bit more prep time before that. And make sure I clear up some memory and that sort of thing. I guess I will have to bring a battery for that one, because that would definitely be more than 2 hours worth. Oh man, something happened to the flagpole. That's not good. Palm Tree Island, and if you look over here to the left, that's where we started off, right there by the drawbridge to Wrightsville Beach. Alright, let's go ahead and get out here. Pretty cool. All right, so from here we're gonna go right, like where those two kayakers go, and and then go head back to the ramp. Well, right next to the ramp, under the bridge where we started off. Jeez, and that's it. Heading back. I think one of the first videos I did, I just did this little simple trip right here from the bridge to Palm Tree Island, and it's pretty. I'm still figuring out the editing software. Let me know if anybody else likes the GoPro editing software. I'm not really a huge fan of it. I have a little bit of issues with you know, making the music stop whenever I want and things like that. But you know, if anybody else has any suggestions or anything else for editing software that's free, preferably. I don't want to spend a lot of money on editing software. I mean, maybe if I start like doing this professionally, whatever. But you know, feel free to let me know in the comments. Another bad way to spend a Saturday. A day on the water is a day well spent. Sometimes you gotta be, depending on what the boat traffic is like, you gotta be a little careful here too at this boat ramp. But it looks pretty easy right now. It's surprising. This is Saturday and there's really not a whole lot of trailers in the parking lot. So usually this place is packed, especially during the summer. But you know, it's October now, so maybe things are starting to die down a little bit.